Hey everybody, welcome back to Kill Jester. This is Chase Daniel, your host, and today we're going to be doing a forensic statement analysis on a hoover attempt that landed into someone's spam folder 3 weeks after being discarded. Here's the context. The sender abruptly ended the relationship and blocked the receiver everywhere. Evidence suggests that they were talking to an ex before the breakup. The receiver blocked them back and moved on. 3 weeks later, this message appears, circumventing all those blocks, into the spam folder. This is a textbook hoover. Let's break down exactly what's happening here using forensic statement analysis. We're going to be looking for pronoun usage, responsibility assignment, distancing language, and manipulation tactics embedded in the words themselves. Now I'm going to read the entire email that was sent to this particular person. We'll read it once and then we'll go line by line and we'll do the analysis. And it's up there on your screen. They start out, I'm a piece of shit. I was awful. I was the worst person to come into your life because now looking back, I am truly fucked up. I will never be able to love and be loved properly because it's non-existent in my future. It was never lined up for me to have that fairy tale ending. Our life is already mapped out for us, and I've dogged and cheated death like the Final Destination movie. I'm truly sorry. I hurt you. I should have warned you that I'm the worst person, and everything in my life that's happened was all deserved on me. I truly never wanted to hurt you. I just wanted to be a part of your life for the better, and all I was for the worst. I forced myself and begged you to want me and be with me, and that wasn't right. I shouldn't have forced it. I shouldn't have just been there when you needed instead of being selfish, trying to see if I'm even worthy of being with someone, and I realize that I'm not. I realize as much as earned for a family life, kids, and acceptance that I am not worthy of any of it. I don't deserve happiness, forgiveness, my kids. I deserve to be locked up, away from society the way my brain works, truthfully, and it's not fair to the ones you tried so hard for me. It's not fair to you, my kids, my mom and Graham, Jill, Nicole, Michaela, Melissa, Taylor, and all of them. It's not right that I keep putting everyone through pain and suffering because none of them deserve that. I'm truly sorry. I hurt you and I said terrible things because I was hurt, and I truly am sorry I said negative things about your mom and grandma. Truly, I am sorry for everything. You never deserved the hurt and pain I caused, and I'm sorry for everything. So that's the email that was received in its entirety. Now we'll go over it line by line using forensic statement analysis. And at face value, you can see there that it looks like an apology letter. It looks like they're trying to own up to some of the things that they contributed to the relationship that was negative. And after 3 weeks of being absent, taking responsibility. But again, if you look at the structure of things, if we look at things line by line, how the words come out and the words themselves. So we'll go ahead and start the analysis. First, they start out lines 1 through 4. I'm a piece of shit. I was awful and I was the worst person to come into your life because now looking back, I truly am fucked up. I will never be able to love and be loved properly. So right off the bat, extreme self-flagellation right out of the gate. This isn't humility. It's a manipulation tactic. When someone opens with this level of self-degradation, they're putting pressure on you to disagree, to rescue them from their own self-hatred. So notice, worst person to come into your life. This frames them as a passive entity that just came into your life rather than someone who made active choices. Then I will never be able to love and be loved properly. This is fatalism that serves two purposes. lowers expectations and creates urgency. Don't expect me to change, but you better take me now because this is as good as it gets. They continue, lines 4 through 8. Because it's not existent in my future, it was never lined up for me to have that fairy tale ending. Our life is already mapped out for us, and I've dogged and cheated like the Final Destination movie. Right here, pure fatalism. It was never lined up for me. Passive construction. Things are lined up for people, not by people. This removes personal agency. But here's where it gets interesting. I've dogged and cheated death like the Final Destination movie. This is the first acknowledgement of wrongdoing, but look how it's framed. They're wrapping actual cheating in metaphor and fate. It's almost like they're saying, I cheated fate rather than I cheated on you. The movie reference makes it dramatic and inevitable rather than a choice. So there is some information that this person did when they left the relationship. They were in contact with an ex prior to the disengagement. So again, this is a logistic, what I call an embedded confession. Dogged and cheated death like the Final Destination movie. So they have a way of telling you exactly what was going on for those 3 weeks while she was absent. Dogged and cheated. Dogged on someone means you're talking shit about them behind their back. You play two people against each other and talk negative things about the other party. Cheating, again, there was already some suspicion. There shouldn't be any suspicion any longer. They're telling you right there an embedded confession, a logistic slip up that what they were up to for their time of absence. They continue, lines 8 through 13. I'm truly sorry, Johnny, I hurt you. I should have warned you that I'm the worst person, and everything in my life that's happened was all deserved on me. I truly never wanted to hurt you. I just wanted to be a part of your life for the better, and all I was for the worse. So let's break that down. I'm truly sorry, Johnny, I hurt you. Notice not cheating on you or I betrayed your trust, just the vague I hurt you. When someone's genuinely accountable, they name specific actions. Vague apologies avoid accountability. Then everything in my life that's happened was all deserved on me, not by me or caused by me, deserved on me. This is passive construction again. Things happen to them. The preposition choices reveals everything about how they view responsibility. And then truly never wanted to hurt you. This minimizes, it suggests that because the intent wasn't to hurt, the hurt somehow counts less. Impact matters more than intent. They continue, line 13 through 19. I forced myself and begged you to want me and be with me, and that wasn't right. I shouldn't have forced it. I shouldn't have just been there when you needed instead of being selfish, trying to see if I'm even worthy of being with someone, and I realize I'm not. This is victim reversal. I forced myself and begged you to want me. They're reframing the entire relationship as them pursuing an unwilling Johnny. She uses Johnny's name prior in the letter. A little bit more of a personalization. The issue is no longer their cheating. It's that Johnny didn't want them enough. Being selfish, trying to see if I'm even worthy. This reframes cheating and contact with an ex as a crisis of self-worth. Betrayal becomes a personal journey or a self-discovery instead. Still no specific acknowledgement of what they actually did. It's being selfish, not cheating on you or talking to my ex. They continue, 19 through 25. I realize as much as earned for a family life, kids, and acceptance that I'm not worthy of any of it. I don't deserve happiness, forgiveness, my kids. I deserve to be locked up, away from society, the way my brain works truthfully, and it's not fair to the ones who you tried so hard for me. The stakes get even higher. They escalate. Now it's not just about the relationship. It's their kids, their future, their entire lives. I deserve to be locked away from society. This is a hostage statement. It creates fear and urgency. If you don't respond, something terrible might happen to me. This puts responsibility for their well-being back on Johnny. The way my brain works, truthfully, this medicalizes their behavior. It's not choices they made. It's how their brain works. This removes agency and accountability. It's not my choices that I made. It's how my brain works is the reason. They continue, lines 25 through 31. It's not fair to you, my kids, Mom and Graham, Jill, Nicole, Michaela, Melissa, Taylor, and of them, it's not right that I keep putting everyone through pain and suffering because none of them deserve that. I'm truly sorry I hurt you and I said terrible things because I was hurt, and I truly am sorry I said negative things about your mom and grandma. So this is what I call strategic name dropping. This creates social pressure. These people might want reconciliation. It spreads the guilt beyond just Johnny. These are people that are probably invested in the relationship. They're invested on what happens in the relationship. She can just say, I'm sorry for cheating, breaking your trust, lying, and taking off in the middle of the night and leave it at that. But she doesn't. She brings all these other invested people into the situation for social pressure. Finally, I hurt you and said terrible things because I was hurt. That's not accountability. That's justification. The structure suggests their bad behavior was a reasonable response to being hurt. Still no apology for cheating, the abandonment, or the suspected contact with the ex. It's just, I was hurting too. That's the reason I hurt you. They continue, lines 31 through 33. This is the last of the letter. Truly, I am sorry for everything. You never deserved the hurt and pain I caused, and I'm sorry for everything. Sorry for everything appears twice. When people are genuinely remorseful about specific actions, they name them. When they say sorry for everything repeatedly, it indicates they're sorry for the situation or consequences, but not necessarily sorry enough to have changed or respect boundaries. Remember, this entire message in itself, a boundary violation. Johnny, the receiver, blocked them. They went around the block. That's not respect. That continued disregard for Johnny's stated needs. So, final analysis. Let's look at what this reveals. What's present? Extreme self-degradation to elicit reassurance. Fatalistic language, removing personal agency. Passive construction, distancing from actions. Vague apologies, avoiding specific harms. Victim reversal, making the sender seem unwanted. A hostage statement, strategic name dropping, justification of bad behavior. The message itself is a boundary violation. What's missing? Just as important. No acknowledgement of specific actions. Cheating, contacting the ex, lying. No explanation of what will be different. No respect for the no contact boundary. No acknowledgement this email violates Johnny's needs. No actions, plans, or evidence of change. So the pattern is this. This is a trauma dump manipulation. Overwhelmed with emotion and self-hatred to create urgency and guilt. The goal isn't genuine reconciliation. It's re-engagement. The moment Johnny responds, the boundary is broken. Everybody knows that when somebody takes off, and tries to come back, it's a re-engagement, and it's not reconciliation. Reconciliation would require both parties taking responsibility for the harm that they caused during the relationship, taking ownership of those things. Then reconciliation can happen. But re-engagement is, let's just pick up where we left off, and that's it. Genuine accountability would include specific actions. I cheated. I contacted my ex. I lied. Ownership without justification. Understanding of the impact on the other person. Respecting boundaries. I won't reach out again. Evidence of change. No pressure to forgive. This message contains none of that. So the verdict is this. This is not accountability. This is manipulation designed to break no contact and to reestablish control. But linguistic patterns reveal someone sorry for consequences, but not sorry enough to have change or respect boundaries. If you're watching this and you've received something similar, trust your analysis. Words matter. Structure matters. When someone shows you through their language that they're not taking real responsibility, believe them. Thanks for watching Kill Jester. And remember, you can't gaslight someone who knows how language works. And I'll see you in the next one.